guys, how are you doing? Of course, as you can see, I got blue hair. This is the long awaited review for this hair. The last review I did for it was the initial review, and I know a lot of you had questions, and of course you wanted to see what I was going to do with the hair, and there you go. I'm kidding. So this is basically the bundles that I received from Yvonne Hair. I told you that I was going to make it into a wig because that's kind of what I always do, and it's exactly what I did. So I made it into a wig, but before I did that, of course, I coloured it. Now, I didn't do anything really special in terms of the colouring process, but I did find that because I hadn't done, you know, like intense colouring like this before, I sort of, you know, made mistakes and corrected them and stuff like that. Basically, all I did was I bleached the bundles and then I just put the blue hair dye on it. Now, you may be able to see that it's quite multi-tonal. There's some green in there somewhere. There's like green in there, and some bits are still quite patchy. All in all, I like the colour job that I did. I'm quite happy with it, and of course as the colour starts to fade, I can just keep topping it up with the blue hair dye as I wish. Onto the hair itself, you can see it's a lot shorter. I cut it, I cut the longest bundle because I kind of wanted it, I didn't want it as long as it was when I had made it, so I cut it a lot shorter. And the closure also, because the closure was 16 inches, I trimmed a lot of the front. I still left like the rest of the back of the closure still quite long, because you know it was quite long, yeah. So I trimmed like the front of it and stuff, and I just really cut it into style, as you can see. The hair itself, I will start with the closure. The texture of the closure remained consistent. I mean, when I put the bleach or the hair dye, the hair remained soft. It was silky. It was really like, the texture was really good. I was happy with that, because you know sometimes the texture of the hair, the bundles, and the texture of the closure tends to be quite different, and I did find that with this hair that was the case. During the bleaching process, it didn't shed, it didn't break, the hair was strong, yet it was still silky. So I made sure when I bleached it, I washed and conditioned. When I dyed it, I washed and conditioned. So I just made sure I treated it as well as possible so that there was minimal damage. The closure, it was fine. I mean, it's strong. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the hair on the closure, and I'm happy with the lace itself. As for the bundles, I can't quite say the same. When I bleached the hair, it was fine. The hair was fine when I bleached it. It still remained soft, and when I washed it and conditioned it, it was still soft and it was nice. But when I put the dye on it, I don't think the hair took too well to the dye. Some parts of it did break. It didn't shed excessively, but then again, it broke off quite a bit. So let's say this is a weft and this is some hair on it. It would have literally, there'd be this much hair that would be left and the rest had broken off. And that was pretty much on one bundle in particular that happened with. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, can you see that here? This is it here. So can you see this is the hair that I'm holding? And this right here is the ones that have sort of broken off. So yeah, like there. And then they became really quite stringy, and yeah, I don't know. But it still blends with the hair, which I'm fine with. Like, I don't have an issue with that. But obviously, you know, I didn't. It leaves that bundle a lot more thin. And if, you know, if I'm someone that doesn't really know how to look after hair, I'm probably gonna be very upset with that. Like, you know, I'm probably gonna be like, what the hell, like seriously? But all I did when I saw that had bits of hair on that bundle had broken off. I think it was the shortest length bundle at the top here that happened to, and the rest of them were absolutely fine. Obviously, if I'm someone that doesn't know how to look after hair very well, I would be quite like panicky and like, oh my god. I just put some serum on it. This was after I had dyed it, by the way. I just put some serum on it and straightened it out as much as possible so that when I do sew it onto the cap, it wouldn't be so obvious that it had you know, broken and stuff. But besides that, I mean, the rest of the hair did really good in terms of taking to colour. When I bleached it and stuff, it just came out amazingly. I'm not really going to talk too much about how I dyed it, because that's like for another video, but it's just to talk about the hair. You know, besides that, I'd probably give this hair 5 out of 10. I'll give the closure a 10 out of 10, but in terms of the hair, I'll probably have to give it the last bundle 5, give the rest a 7, because they still were okay. Curling it isn't really a problem. It takes very well to curling, and I won't lie, it took very well to the colour. It just for that one bundle that sort of messed it up for them. Texture wise, it's still very, very soft, but it was just that one bundle that made me feel like, ah, man. And that's pretty much it. In terms of company wise, you know, definitely still give them a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't necessarily say the hair that they give you on the bundles are consistent, because obviously if I bleach and dye one, it comes out fine, I bleach and dye the other and it's gone absolutely mental, then there's obviously something wrong there, especially if they're claiming that it's the same hair. And that's about it. That's all I can really say. Now I will do another review for this exact same hair in about 6 months' time. If you have any questions, of course, hit me up. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave your questions and comments below if you have any. And thank you for watching my videos, guys. I'll speak to you next time. Bye.